Hello, grade nines. Well, yeah, not nines, just you, I guess. This is like a 101. What do you think so far? Okay, so this is so you can keep up to date nicely while you're wherever you are and not able to be physically in class. And anyway, you can see I'm just excited. I got to wait for you to be back in the classroom, but also love that we got the opportunity to be able to connect in this way as well. So, what did I ask? Okay, so. Okay, so let's sit into it. So we got workbook. But before we get to that, okay, so there's the website, which hopefully you've got to. And before we get into the workbook, so the first thing I want you to do, please grab your book out and have a pen ready. Ready to go. Cool. So you're ready to go on that one. And I want you to, without just from your own thoughts, write a paragraph, pen on paper, of why do you think we study mathematics? Okay. So you've got something down there. Pause if you still wanted to get something else down. You should have a short paragraph now of why do you think we do mathematics? Okay, now please spend 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes. Just search around why we study mathematics. Just search on the web. Bing, Google, whatever, DuckDuckGo, whatever your favorite search engine is, or another one. Not worried about referencing, but just read up a little bit of things that you find and write a second paragraph expanding on that. Why do you think we study mathematics based on what further reading you've done? Okay, so you've got your 2 paragraphs now. Again, if you don't, just pause and finish off that second paragraph. Please submit that as a PDF on the Google Classroom assignment. And as a PDF, I use Adobe Scan. Cam Scanner seems to work quite well, and there are numerous options out there to do this. But please, it must be a PDF. And the reason for that is it's very easy for me to read it and give you feedback. And that's really the purpose. I want to read why you think we do mathematics and what you found so far. And in future, you'll be sending your work in as a PDF so I can give you feedback. So you're not handing in books back and forth. Okay, so that's our starting point for the year. So that's to have, and the workbook is available on the website. So under number patterns on the top right there. This one I'm going to annotate in class. Wait, I'm in the way, aren't I? This one I'm going to annotate in the class. And yeah, the notes that I might scribble on in class and photos of people's work and that. And what we need to do. So you can see here's our journal entry if you haven't seen this already. And we're going to get into patterns. And there's a bit of what we're going to do each day. And there's a blank version of the workbook here. And this one is the one I'm about to scribble in here. Okay, so you've got that out. If you don't have it, not a worry if you don't have it printed, because you can just write some things out, right? Okay, so for today, we're just looking at some linear geometry. We're looking at some sequences, some patterns. Patterns. I wonder if you wrote anything about patterns of why we do maths. It was something that I found when I was looking. Okay, so write down the next 3 terms of the following. Well, I'm just going to pose the first 1 or 2 as a question for you to fill in here, and then you can do the rest of the exercise by yourself. So 1, 3, 5, 7, yeah, right, 9, 11, 13, and so it would go. It looks like the odd numbers to me. Okay, let's go for another one. What about, let's skip, there's something with minuses. That look quite fun. Oh, here we go, G. Minus 12 or negative 12? Which one do you say? Do you say minus 12 or do you say negative 12? Fascinated to see. And you'll hear me saying that, interested to see, because I really am. So, yeah, I kind of switch between the two. But anyway, so negative 12, negative 9, negative 6, negative 3. What's the pattern in this case? Okay, so it seems to be going up in 3. So we got minus 3, so we get to 0, 3, 6, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so pick out a few. Let's say there's one that's negatives, that's going up, that looks nice, that looks cool. Okay, do some others if you want to, but let's start with those. Okay, geometric sequence. So in the previous one, it was going up by the same amount every time. Now, these ones look a little bit different. So there's a whole shebang of saying what it is, but let's just go into one and see. So 1, 2, 4, 8. Describe the sequence, and what are the next three terms going to be? Okay, so 1. Now, if you look for pluses, you might have gone, well, it's +1, it's +2, it's +4. So it's going to be +8. Oh, but what do you know? So it's 1 + 1, it's 2 + 2, 4 + 4, 8 + 8. So it's doubling. Perhaps you said that and you're like, whatever. Otherwise, maybe you did and you're like, oh, interesting. So either way, I don't know. It's quite difficult because I don't know, but I am going to see what you're thinking. So that's beautiful, right? Okay, so there we go. That's one of them. What about these? There's a juicy. There's some fractions here. So if I don't circle over the whole question, 3, 1, a third, a ninth. What's happening in this one? And what are the next three terms? Okay, well, 3, 1 seems to be something to do with threes, thirds or something like that. So, well, maybe like the next one's 1 over. It seems to be getting smaller. 27, would that kind of make sense? A third, a ninth, a 27th. What's that times 3? It's not grade 8 anymore. Grab a calculator. I don't have one handy. There's one somewhere, right? But I'm sure that times 3 is something like 81, give or take, an 81th, and a 243, 2 for, I don't know. Well, how would you say that? Okay, so there we go. Let's not dilly-dally too much more. Hey, this one looks quite cool. Let's do another one that's got fractions. That looks cool, and this one won't be too bad, so let's do it. Okay, so there are a few. And then we've got other types of sequences. So this is the last bit for today's lesson. And that is many other types of sequences. And for these, you just need to carefully look at them and describe them. So I'll kind of leave it to you, but like I can't help but start going into them. But so there's a pattern of some sort, but it's not going to be just adding the same number or, multiplying by the same. So we've got 1, 2, 4, 7, 11. 1, 4, 9, 16. Oh, I recognize these numbers. This one, what's happening in this one? Oh, maybe you've got an idea. So I reckon it's worthwhile really just cruising through all of these. Hopefully you got enough time. So do all of those. If you end up past the lesson, you got 50 minutes for the lesson, however long it took you so far. How long has it taken you so far from beginning to get to this point? And give yourself 50 minutes, 10 minutes homework. After that, you've done more than enough, and bring back your energy tomorrow. So that's it for now. What do you think? Cool. We will see each other.